What is going on YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Memory here today, bring you guys some more Pokemon action. Before we get into this video, I want to ask you guys the question of the day, and it's coming from a show I've been watching on Netflix, a childhood favorite of mine, Very Odd Parents. The question becomes, if you had fairies and you were allowed one wish, what wish would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. I wish I was the greatest PokeTuber of all time. And I'm happy with this too. Anyway, looking at our team, I want emphasis on our team a little bit. I've been talking all about how amazing Sticky Web is. Sticky Web is busted. I keep saying that stuff. And you know what? So I made a team that's just got Sticky Web. I have no other forms of hazard. Yes, I have Gliscor. Yes, I have a Hippowdon. They don't have Stealth Rocks. This is actually a very offensive team. Even though this is a very defensive looking team, it's still very offensive. And I figured, you know what? I gotta test this out to see if Sticky Web is more superior than Stealth Rocks. I gotta know. I keep saying that it's better than Stealth Rocks. Well, am I right? Am I wrong? I gotta know at this point. So in this episode, we're gonna explore that today. Ooh, we already got critted with our Masquerain. I can't set Sticky Web up on this Espeon, unfortunately. Hey, we got the KO though. Look at Masquerain just getting the hugest KO ever. That could be considered misplaying, especially for the video's sake anyway, because the whole video point is for me to see which one's better, Sticky Web or Stealth Rocks. I want to have a full video dedicated towards me using Sticky Web. Then I want to have a full, and I want to make another team dedicated towards another move like Stealth Rocks. I can see a Shadow Sneak coming all day, guys. We're gonna go Nidoking here. Now, obviously, you have other Sticky Web Pokemon like Shuckle. I figured Masquerain might be a pretty fun one to use, but if it comes down to it, I may have to go for a Shuckle. I could have set right there, but like I said, afraid of the potential Shadow Sneak, so we ain't playing that game. I am looking at making a Muck team actually, so this is actually very interesting to see this Muck. I did actually learn something though the other day on Pokemon Showdown as I was looking at Muck. Muck has a higher special defense than he actually does a defense. I thought it was the other way around, so hey, you know what? Even though I played Pokemon probably since I was playing competitive since I was 10. There's still stuff I learned about older Pokemon, you know, that I didn't know about. Muck is setting up Acid Armor, which is raising its defenses by quite a bit actually. But how much is our Earth Power doing? This is sheer force power. Yeah, it don't matter how much of your defense that you raise. Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry. Your substitute ain't known. Cut it now. I almost want to say he might be switching, but I think either way, keeping Nidoking in here. This is Choice Scarf Nidoking, so he is meant to outspeed some stuff. This is more of a Pokemon I like to bring in. But there's a Shadow Sneak, so he did have it. This is a Pokemon I kind of like to bring in early to mid game. And he can just kind of set the tone for me. He has a lot of different coverages. If he ends up becoming a late game Mon, then that means he's already did a lot of work beforehand. Because I really like to rely on the Nidoking early. The rest of his team has enough surprise power to it that it's a pretty good. It's pretty good. They're pretty good for the late game stuff. Snorlax, definitely don't want to stay in. Go Hippowdon. Now we do have Whirlwind on this Hippowdon, and usually you see that paired with with stealth rocks or spikes or something. That way, autos it inflicts damage and everything. But you know what? It works perfectly here in this situation. My man, first off, didn't even train his Snorlax correctly. I have a Pokemon like that too, so don't feel too bad. It happens to all of us. Shocking to see that you do not have a berry. I do have Whirlwind. Or he may, but he... Okay, so he's probably Resto Chesto. Interesting. I mean, it's a very interesting strat. Yeah, it's definitely Resto Chesto or Lum. Chesto. Okay, that's fine. Your +6 attack ain't no more. Because we got a Hippowdon with Whirlwind. And it brought out a Manectric, which definitely is not a situation for you. Because, I mean, we can easily hit an Earthquake. I'm predicting a switch, so I'm going to go ahead and set up a stockpile. Substitute. This man is... He's living on that substitute for sure on this team, and I don't necessarily think it's going to pay off. Hippowdon's getting bulkier and bulkier, man. I really don't know what your Manectric can do to me. Flamethrower, potentially? I don't want to try and set up something like a Nasty Plot. I don't even know if Manectric gets Nasty Plot, to tell you the honest truth. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw an Earthquake his way. I want to see what he's wanting to do. Flamethrower, it ain't doing no damage. I got the sand boost and everything. The biggest thing is that he could potentially get a burn on me. And that wouldn't be no good. I'm just going to keep spamming Earthquake at this point. Just because I do not want him behind a sub. If he burns me with Flamethrower, that's okay. Versus him being behind a sub. I can recover off any damage he does to me with our Slack Off. So I feel like we're definitely in the winning situation at this point. And we throw the Earthquake out. That's, I mean, fantastic. Manectric goes down. I felt like you could have definitely saved the Manectric, you know, like you set the Snorlax up, we Whirlwinded it out, and then Manectric came in. You probably need to try and switch Manectric out. Manectric definitely isn't the right Pokemon. Fun fact too, if you set a substitute up and I Whirlwind it out, you ain't getting no substitute no more, obviously. So keep that in mind too. I feel like you're a little weak to Hippowdon at the moment, my man. Bringing in the Houndoom to fight the Hippowdon. Remember, we've already stockpiled up once, and he substitutes again. Okay. I mean, you're free to substitute. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from substituting, but I think you could see that this is a losing battle for you at this point, right? Like, you gotta attack me. Are you trying to stall at the sand? Is that what he's trying to do? Maybe. I am Smooth Rock Hippowdon, so the sand's gonna last for a while, for 8 turns actually. So I don't know if you have enough I don't know if his team's bulky enough to play that style. You know, you definitely know I'm going for Earthquake. Go into something to take the attack or something that's a little bulky. Don't come in with a Houndoom. Especially if you're trying to set up a substitute. Because worst case scenario for you actually is that I went for Stockpile, raise my special defense up again, and now you can't touch me and I can just keep hitting you. Iron Tail. Look how little bit of damage that did. He did get a defense drop. I have to give him that. Like, that didn't do no damage, and we're knocking you out with an Earthquake. We're spamming Earthquake net right now. And you know what? I have, so far with everything he's brought in, I have no problem doing so. Mighty Anna. Okay. Sucker Punch is very likely as a... I'm trying to think of situations how I can get the Masquerain in, but I don't think there's any reason to really try and get it in. At this point, our opponent's already down to their last 2 Pokemon. I guess we'll try and pull off the sticky webs in the next battle for sure, but at this point Hippowdon's kind of cleaning up here. Something I was definitely definitely wasn't expecting. I feel like though if this man goes back into his Snorlax, decide to take, and this might be his strategy still, you know, decide to take the half HP on the belly drum and then proceed to try and sweep. If you let me knock everything else out, I can't whirlwind you out. So that might be his go-to strategy here. Which if it is, it is. I mean, because I got 6 Pokemon. Can Snorlax really reverse sweep me? I say this, but you know, watch it actually happen. But I feel like we're in a very good winning situation here. We're about to 6-0 this man, unless he like reverse sweeps me, but we'll just have to wait and see, obviously. Here comes the Snorlax. Alright. Alright, in this situation, I'm okay. Let's just go Earthquake. I feel like we were spamming the Earthquake, but you know, that's okay. Hippowdon actually outspeeds and does half. Is that a crit? I was about to say, there's no way. That's exactly what play he was trying to go for. That crit stopped a potential sweep. Hippowdon's like, no sweep for you. That almost looks like another crit. It wasn't. Okay, heavy slam. That's not it, man. That's not it. We're heavy too. We're heavy. Alright, Hippowdon decided to play. The last turns, just Earthquake and everything, and nobody had answers for it. None of his Pokemon had answers to stop it. Hippowdon's a beast. Why are you not running Hippowdon on your team? Alright, we'll get to battle number 2 now, after that lecture. Why are you not running Hippowdon? Why? Oh man, I see that Ambipom on my opponent's team, and now I'm afraid. They also got Rotom, Staraptor, Scizor, Metachamp, and Miss Magius. Very, very cool team. Some Pokemons that you actually don't see that often either. Like, I don't see that many Staraptors. Yes, it's more common than a Metachamp and a Miss Magius, but you still don't see that much of a Staraptor. Ambipom's starting to pick up in some popularity, though. Then the Rotom and Scizor, they're pretty standard. For leads, I'm expecting an Ambipom lead, if I'm completely honest. And if that's the case, I'm okay almost with a Garchomp lead here. We got Rough Skin, so we somewhat punish the Ambipom play. Plus, then it kind of gives me a chance to figure out what kind of Ambipom it is. And if he doesn't lead Ambipom, we sub Swords Dance, or see whatever his team is, Rotom. Hey, this is a free substitute. The only way he could outspeed me is if he's Choice Scarfed. And if he's Choice Scarfed, he's most likely going to go for Will-O-Wisp. I happen to have a Lumberry. So let's go. Let's set that substitute up. If he's going for Will-O-Wisp here, that'd just be a great opener. Fantastic stuff. There's a Will-O-Wisp. Just like I would play the game. Let's set that Swords Dance up. Like I said, we are Lumberry. Its main idea is for that confusion from the outrage. But you know what? We can play it in situations like this too. If he happened to burn me, hey, no big deal. I have a Lumberry. Knowing that we have the Lumberry, we can make plays kind of like that. Substitute, Swords Dance. Now we're +2. He ain't surviving. This is a super powerful outrage. He's taking this outrage. Scizor? It's probably a 2-hit KO, I guarantee you, on the Scizor, and Scizor really doesn't have anything to answer it. Yeah, like, he has Bullet Punch. Yeah, I mean, Bullet Punch And it won't be doing that much damage. Like, we're +2 Garchomp. And I mean, Garchomp's just somewhat bulky. You know, I mean, he is a super powerful dragon. You tend to expect to be a little bulky. And we are. And Scizor goes down. Probably the most #1 used Pokemon just now just went down due to a Garchomp on 2 not very effective attacks. Which is awesome. That just shows you how powerful Garchomp is. Miss Magius is coming out. Unless you're Focus Sash, you're not surviving this. If it is, it's Choice Scarfed. Oh no. Oh, that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad. But either way, good for them. Good for them. They stopped the potential Garchomp. But can you stop the Sticky Webs? Because Sticky Webs, if it was up, most likely, I don't know if we would outspit the Miss Magius or not. Probably not. It only drops it by 1 stage, but it definitely slows everybody else down on their team now. They have to prioritize maybe trying to get rid of it too, you know, because it's going to be a pain. It messes with your mind too, because you think, oh, I can outspeed this thing, and then you see the speed drop and you're like, oh no, I cannot. Speed tiering is the most important thing in Pokemon. That's why I'm saying that Sticky Webs is more important than the potential Stealth Rocks. A potential Sticky Web is so much more valuable. And hey, we got it off. I feel like it's more valuable because it messes with speed tierings. Speed tierings is probably the #1 thing in Pokemon, you know? Let's see how much this Bug Buzz does too. Hey, that's half. After a Quiver Dance, that's not too shabby. We also got special defense boost. You know what? We take that Vote Switch like a champion. Whoever you bring in now will get a speed drop. I do believe Pokemon with Levitate would not get the speed drop. A Pokemon like Ambipom though, priority attacker, right? You're thinking, well, he's got the priority Fake Out. After Fake Out, he has no priority. So he actually becomes he becomes easier to pick off. He Fake Out my Masquerain, knocks it out. Masquerain has done its job. We bring in us a Pokemon to deal with it. He tries to go for U-turn, or maybe he hard switches, but he cannot outspeed our Pokemon. And the Pokemon of choice, I'm thinking, is a probably a Nidoking. Yeah, Nidoking's not bad here. Go Nidoking, and I have no problem going for that Stab Sludge Wave, man. It's 100% accuracy. It is sheer force boosted because it has a chance to poison, so obviously we won't be poisoning, but we got that boost. And we outsped the Ambipom. We are Choice Scarf though, that's why we outsped. But right there, U-turn. A slower Ambipom. He is trying to preserve it for the Fake Outs. Communication with the other trainer. We've gotten to their head. That's what happened, folks. They cannot deal with the Sticky Webs. I'll see you guys for game number 3. Alright, game number 3. It looks like I'm going to be against a weather themed team for sure. I see the Pelipper for the rain. I see Ninetales. And then I see a Sun Sweeper. I see a Rain Sweeper. And then I see a Castform. You know what I don't see? I don't see a great way for our opponent to get rid of our Sticky Webs. I can see Sticky Webs being very, very effective too against our opponent. Teams that tend to run like this too, dual weather, they really struggle because they don't have an identity. You don't give your team an identity. Our team is actually a sand team if you really look at our team. Nobody except Masquerain gets hit by sand. So our team is actually a sand team, and it's here to actually stop weather teams. Hippowdon is the slowest thing. So, other than maybe Abomasnow. I don't know if Abomasnow outspeeds Hippowdon or not. But usually Hippowdon is a very slow Pokemon, and our team is a sand team. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how our opponent plays around us. Just keep on interrupting his potential sweep because we bring out the sand. Alright, so Masquerade's out here. Now Pelipper probably has a potential for defog. I do want to say this though. Do not run a Pelipper in BDSP OU because Drizzle is banned as an ability. Like, you can run Pelipper, just don't run its Drizzle ability because that is considered banned. Besides that though, I don't really care for this game. We're going to go ahead and set up our sticky web, hoping that this Pelipper probably does not have it probably won because it's very offensive looking. The team looks very offensive. It probably doesn't have defog. I'll just put that out there right now. Not going to worry too much about the defog. We got the sticky web up. Now I'm just going to let Masquerain go down. We got half HP on that Pelipper. Let's go. Give me that second air slash. And see if we can get this KO. Hey, you know what? We take a flinch on that Pelipper sometimes, you know, because we're a Masquerain. Any work that Masquerain can do, thank you, right? I mean, Masquerain has not been too shabby. This is what I'm saying, though. You switch Ninetales in. Now, the rain that you had changes to the sun, and it's just like, your weather gets all messed up here, you know? You really don't. And now both your weather Pokemon have taken some damage as well. Air Slash again, for sure. Okay, we missed. That kind of makes up for the flinch. Okay, so yes, maybe they took the first KO. I kind of gave him the Masquerain though, right? I gave it to him. That way the rest of the team can do its job. Hey, let's go into Garchomp. If Masquerain can outspeed that Pelipper, I'm not too worried about that Pelipper being scarfed. In this situation too, they gotta be afraid. They have to try and switch that Ninetales out. This gives me a free opportunity to set up a substitute. Yeah, what I mean though by your team not really having identification, you build your teams, and maybe you don't necessarily think about this, but you build your team trying to build it around a certain core Pokemon. That core Pokemon can work very well in a certain weather or something, but you don't tend to mess with dual weathers. Not very often. Hence you see this whole team. Yes, we have the Masquerain. I could be putting Shuckle on this team. Really and truthfully, the right Pokemon for this team is Shuckle. I just wanted to have some fun with Masquerain. The rest of the team is a sand team. It is. Our whole team does not get hurt by sand. Yet our opponents, like this guy, if I brought this Hippowdon out after I took out the Ninetales and the Pelipper, yeah, he wouldn't have a fun time, I'll tell you that right now. We got a Garchomp behind the substitutes at the moment. Just went for Swords Dance. Outrage, bye-bye Pelipper. That's setter number 1 down. What happens when you take out the other setter too, you know? Then, really and truthfully, his sweepers are not very effective. We took their effectiveness away. And really and truthfully, if he brought right here, okay, in the rain. Hey, you got a speed drop too because of the sticky webs. So there's a potential that my Garchomp will outspeed you. Let's see if our Garchomp actually does because of that. We do not. That's fine. That is fine. That we don't outspeed. Most likely, it's due to the Swift Swim. It is. In this situation, I kind of hope that we do get confused. No. We don't have to be confused because Garchomp just sits like a truck. Hey, we did get confused anyway. This gives me an opportunity, if I feel like I need to switch Garchomp out. But we gotta wait to see who he brings out. Ninetales. So you bring out the sun. I can just earthquake this thing. And I'm not even locked into outrage. Then therefore, after I get rid of your Ninetales, I'll bring out Hippowdon. How are you going to deal with this? Garchomp. Notice how much value we're getting, and we don't even have Stealth Rocks up. We only have Sticky Webs. Sticky Webs is enough to get into someone's head though, because in those mirror matchups, you know, Garchomp versus Garchomp, I know mine will always outspeed, which therefore will give me a KO that I might need. Victory Bell. In the sun, you know, very speedy chlorophyll Pokemon. But what happens when I bring out the Hippowdon? You've already took one stage of speed drop. Yeah, you're going to become very, very slow. Hippowdon's great here. Bring him in. Our team is built around for the sand. Their team obviously didn't even have sand in mind when they were building their team, right? Because actually that Victory Bell did quite a bit of damage. That might be Choice Banded. Is it? No, it has Black Sludge. Wow, that did quite a bit of damage to Hippowdon. Not gonna lie. We're gonna save the sand. We can go into Nidoking. He won't like a Power Whip, but he should survive it. He should. And plus Power Whip can miss. We all know my luck though is it won't miss. Let's see. Come on, survive. 14. Like I said, he wouldn't like it, but he did survive. We are Choice Scarfed. We can guarantee to outspeed this thing right now. For the attack, I'm just gonna go Sludge Wave. There's no reason to battle was canceled. It's because of the Sticky Webs. Every Pokemon he would bring out would have got affected by Sticky Webs. Hey, that's a W for me. All 3 games. Very fun games. I gotta add, that first one we obviously didn't utilize the Sticky Webs, but the last 2, you can see how we got into their head so much. Who needs Stealth Rocks when you get into their head so much? Anyway guys, I'll catch you guys around. Y'all take care. Peace.